Welcome to Clutter Free Friday, where I go to other people's homes and help them declutter.
Today we are organizing Sarah's pantry.
What about this space is bothering you? This actually looks good.
At the end of this video, I'm going to show you my pantry and how I changed it based on inspiration from Sarah's pantry.
The hard part is that, it's groceries, it's a pantry, it's constantly changing and stuff because you're using the food out of it, you're replacing the food, but sometimes I have a 4-year-old and she loves fruit snacks. But right now she's in a phase where she's like, I don't want fruit snacks anymore. I want goldfish crackers for my snack.
Right.
And so now I have all these these snack that end up just getting put down on different shelves and stuff, so that we can keep the stuff she actually likes to eat, and the food that we don't mind her grabbing a quick snack and grabbing it for herself, so she can have that independence aspect. We decided to get some soda the other day, and the box ripped, and now it's just rolling around on the floor. And
oh goodness, okay.
Then it's just kind of this hodgepodge of things. I decided I was really tired of having my KitchenAid on the counter because we don't use it very often. But it's we use it often enough that I don't want to get rid of it.
Yes, same. I
because
understand.
It is a very useful item.
Yeah.
I bought a electric kettle, and it's okay, well, I need a space to put the electric kettle because I will use that daily and multiple times a day.
Okay.
And so I put that up here on this top shelf, but then that meant I had to take a bunch of stuff and put it down on the floor until I could figure out where to put things. It was late and I needed to get her to bed, and I just dropped it down there, and I've not looked at it again.
One of the things that I think might be helpful or most helpful is if we can take the little snacks that are individually wrapped and put those in separate containers so you can get rid of the boxes.
Okay.
And maybe that'll save you space, especially as things are getting emptied out. So those small containers could be helpful to keep them from mixing together.
Sarah brought in a lot of containers that were just sitting in her garage taking up space, and we put them to use here in the pantry where it would keep things from falling over, and we were able to recycle these boxes, and now she can see when she's running out of items instead of having the box covering it up and hiding it.
It's way more fun organizing someone else's pantry. This is kind of on my list of things too.
My husband was like, do you have a doctor's appointment or something today? I was like, no. He's like, oh, you actually just got up and got ready. He's like, I thought you might. I was like, just typical taking my kid to school and
that's
taking
hilarious.
your kid to school.
My husband was like, oh, you're dressed already? I was like, well, I am going somewhere tonight.
I was like, Megan's going to come over later.
Let me just pause here to explain what she's about to talk about. So I have been going to Sarah's house to help her declutter for a few visits. And last time we did her laundry room, and it made a huge difference even 3 weeks later. So I have a whole video on that, and you should definitely go watch it. I will link to the playlist in the description of all the different people that I'm going into their homes to help them declutter specific spots. And so she's talking about what her husband said when he found out I was coming again. So also, I do these videos on the second Friday of each month. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see those as well.
And he's like, ooh, she's going to help you. He's like, what are you going to work on next time? I was like, the pantry. He's like, that's going to look awesome.
Oh.
He went in there, and normally he doesn't really say much of anything when I do that. Oh, I did a thing. Look at.
Right, no.
And he just goes, and when we finished this one, before he could get frustrated that he didn't know where the soap was anymore or any of the rest of it, I did a little tour. I'm like, this is where things are at.
Oh.
And so, when I told him you were coming, he was like, oh, it's going to look awesome then. So,
oh my goodness, That makes me so happy. So right now, do you have a place like, oh, this is where I go if I'm running low on something? Here are my spares, or do you just keep?
I keep
all the
pretty much
things together?
everything in there, or this cupboard just on the other side of the refrigerator. So it started as just being like, I don't even know, like her oatmeals and things like that for breakfast for quick, and like her chocolate milk and her bunny juice is what she calls a strawberry, and the oatmeal.
Okay.
But then that got overran, and so then spaghetti sauces and some pastas and things all ended up. Like I have pasta here, I have pasta over there. Okay, it's just to get it all in one spot.
Okay, that's helpful. So are you wanting it to go back to being stuff for her?
It'd be nice if it was like the stuff, like the honey, the peanut butter, things to make like a quick peanut butter sandwich for her. But yeah, I don't really have like a vision of what I want it to ultimately be because it's just kind of turned into chaos like the other one.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you know that you don't want in this cabinet that just ended up being here?
Probably like the pastas. Like I kind of like pastas to all be together, and we don't eat pasta all that often.
Okay. Yep. No, that makes
having
perfect
it in
sense.
a prime location, like right next to the
Yes.
stove, doesn't necessarily make much sense to us.
Okay. Very good.
Like, she is 4, so like I'll make, I have the fun macaroni to make like macaroni salads or macaroni and cheese for her, but
Okay.
that doesn't, that's not an
can still
everyday
go get
item
it. Okay.
or meal for her.
Have you recently gotten groceries, or are you going to be getting groceries
No,
soon?
I probably won't go to the groceries for anything other than like fruit and vegetable, perishable things.
Okay.
Very
Just making
earliest.
sure how
So-
much like space we need to leave.
No,
We're
this
just working
is.
with what we.
Yep, this is
have,
gonna be
okay.
it for a while.
Do we need to be looking for like at expiration dates, or since you just moved, things are pretty much
Everything's pretty much new except for that. I kept it in there thinking.
right? Yeah, maybe the big basket. That way your stuff isn't sitting on the floor.
The-
I don't know.
Wicker one or the big blue one?
Oh. I might prefer the wicker one personally because I like to see everything and
Yep.
you can see more of it. But I'm also.
They did have some items in their pantry that weren't really pantry items, so we took those out while we were organizing it. And as we put things back, we could see how much room we had left and were able to put some of those items back and sometimes in better locations based on how frequently or infrequently the items are used.
Oh, perfect.
At this point, we are just putting things away, like the recycling and the extra containers that we didn't use, so that we're not leaving Sarah's house as a mess.
Is this okay with the lid on it? Because I could put it in here if you like to just grab them.
Nope, that's
Okay.
fine.
It can be changed, but this will help you see what has helped, what has.
It did take a little over an hour for both of us working together. So keep that in mind as you are organizing a space in your home. So here's a reminder of what this side looked like before and after. This is what the other side looked like before and after. And while it might not look like that big of a difference, having certain things together and where they aren't going to be falling over and it's not going to be undoing itself while she's using items and adding more things in is going to make a huge difference for her. What I love about Sarah's pantry is that there's so much narrow shelving, so stuff can't get lost behind the other items. So I really use that as inspiration to completely switch around my own pantry finally, So I'm going to show you that as well.
I do keep snacks and breakfast foods in here, and then I moved a few appliances that I wanted to use more regularly, but there's a lot of space in the back that I just kind of try to keep empty because I don't like having to reach all the way back there.
This is what my pantry used to look like, and here I am in the process of switching it all over.
Kind of like really did not want to do this because of how much moving stuff around it is, but I'm gonna be glad once it's done. I think it'll make our lives a lot easier. So this is stuff I want to take into the other pantry. This is stuff I want to keep in here, like snacky stuff we use frequently. And then I brought this in from the other room. It's our ice cream maker. It is getting to be summertime, and I think it'll go nicely right there. I'll use it kind of a lot, but also then I can have more shelf space in the pretty pantry.
It was kind of a pain before I got started. I really did not want to do it, but once I did, I was so glad. I mean, it was annoying in the middle of the process too, but afterwards, it's staying that way. I don't have to redo it, and I am benefiting day after day from having this done.
This is what I had been using to store most of my stuff, and you see how deep it goes. So stuff can get lost back there. So Sarah's video helped me to, even though it's far away, realize that I wanted to use this closet thing instead, because look how narrow those shelves are. It's amazing. Okay, so a little junky down there, but I can see everything. Some stuff doesn't even have anything behind it. I love this so much better. I can see everything and just reach it and grab it.
I've also been using this new meal planning system, which I hate even calling it that because that sounds so not fun, but I love it. And I just made it up myself. It just made sense in my mind, and I haven't seen others like it. And I am just so happy. I have been cooking every day actual meals instead of just being like, oh, let's just throw something together or have ramen, which I do love ramen though, but I am just kind of amazed. And so I did make a video about it because I am so passionate about it now and really want to help others bring back the joy of cooking. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, and my sister is just starting to use it, and she has 7 kids. So we don't have any kids. So I will have to let you guys know if it also works for her, but it's something that can go for anyone, any number of people and that kind of thing. It's just a way to keep track of what you've done, but it's still like you choose your meals spontaneously. So it's just awesome. So go check that out.